Hi, I'm Tim and this is Timberway Designs. In this series of videos I'll make a cabochon from a rough rock or a slab all the way to the polished cabochon, and I'm going to show you how I do it. This week we got a piece of Rosetta stone. Let's make a cabochon. So this week you got a piece of Rosetta stone from Mexico, and I bought this at the Highland Park Lapidary. I have no affiliation with them, and they're not compensating me in no way. This is just where I got it. That'll look kind of interesting. This is a rough piece here, and then I had another piece that I cut into 3 chunks. Now while I was cutting this piece here, pieces were falling off, so I'm a little nervous about it being kind of crumbly. I mean, it don't break when I'm pulling and bending on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 pieces here and I'm going to make 2 cabochons just in case one crumbles on me. I'm going to make them the same shape. Actually, what we're going to do here, get this wet so you can see what it looks like. It's really pretty stuff. It's got a lot of nice little fortifications and bubbles and all kinds of pattern, but it's not as hard as an agate. It feels pretty soft, so I don't think this cabs are going to take very long. So what we're going to do is I got my trapezoid template here. We're going to do 1.25 inches. So we're going to lay that out on both of these. So this one, I'm thinking right about there. I use an ultrafine Sharpie. So that'd be the first one. And then this one here is going to go down the side like this. Same size, we'll do 1.25 inches. Okay, so we got 2 trapezoids here, 1.25 inches. I'm going to take them downstairs, trim them out. Hopefully they'll stay together, and we're going to make a couple cabochons. So I'll see you downstairs in the saw. All right, we're down here on my high-tech 10-inch trim saw, and we're going to try to trim the excess away from these lines here. Yeah, I think we'll be okay there. All right. Okay, I got the 2 cabs trimmed out. Let's move over to the cabbing machine. All right, we're on my Kings of the North 6-inch cabber here. What we're going to do is we're going to grind down to the lines here. We'll start with the 80 grit, 220 grit, and then the 280 grit. And then it'll go on the dot pot and get stick glue to it. So let's get going. This ain't going to take very long. This stuff's really soft. All right, let's move on to the 220 grit. I'm kind of liking this, but it's making me nervous that it's going so fast. Okay, got the first one done. Let's do the second one. Oh, the second one we can go to the 280 now. Actually, the second one we're going to the 220. Now when you're doing these really softer stone like this, just remember when you're on a radius, don't stop, especially on these ones. And then, you know, as you get close to the line, lighten up on your pressure. You can control how much material is being removed, because you can really see it on these soft stones here. Yeah, looking good. Let's go with the 280. Now, when I'm doing the 280, especially on these soft stones, I don't want to destroy my corners. I don't want to round them off too much. So when I'm going on there, I'll start at the corner and roll into it, take it off, start in the corner and roll into it like that, and just kind of go around. And that way, on these stones with the sharper corners, you'll preserve your corners a little better. And you can always round them off on the 600 on the softer stones. You don't necessarily have to do it on 280 here. All right, I'm gonna put them on a dot pot, and then we'll make cabochons out of them. All right, we're back. Got both stones all dopped up here. Let's start, actually, what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna grind it down and make an 1/8 inch, 2 millimeter-ish girdle around the bottom here. And once I get that established, then I'll start grinding and working my way towards the center here. So let's start grinding. All right, I established my girdle in record time here. So now what we're gonna do is, you can see the angle there, so I'm gonna work on this part up here. So stay away from your girdle now. You don't wanna be cutting into that anymore. And then we'll just be working our way to the middle here. And then once I get this kind of cut, dome-ish shaped, then I'll start doming it. All right, now you can see you got kind of a rough dome in there. Now we'll start actually doming it. All right, so since this is so soft, I'm not going to go too crazy on the 80 grit, so we'll save this for 220. Got the other one here. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing. All right, same thing, went pretty quick, so now we're going to move over to 220 grit. All right, that's close enough. I'll move to the other one here, and then we'll move on to the 280 grit. All right, move on to 280 grit. All right, that looks good. We're gonna move on to the polishing side now. All right, we moved over to the polishing side. I got a 600, 1200, 3000, and a cerium oxide around the corner here. So let's start at 600. Now we'll do the second one here. All right, we'll move on to the 12. Got the second one here. And by the way, this is the 3000 grit. Let's see what we got going here. Now, not a really super impressive shine. It's okay, but it's not a really good shine. All right, let's run this one on the 3000. See what we got on this one. Yeah, about the same. All right, we're gonna see if we can bump this a little bit on the cerium oxide. All right, this is my cerium oxide disc. It's a sticky disc that sticks to a foam pad that screws into the end of the shaft on my caber here. I like it. It's not messy, replaceable, and it does a fairly good job, but we'll see what kind of job it does on these two cabs here. See what we got. It's okay. I've had shinier cabochons. Let's do the second one. That one might be marginally better. All right, I'm going to take these upstairs, throw them in the freezer, and get them off the sticks, and we'll take a close look at them. So, went ahead and made two cabs because, like I said, I was worried about them breaking up. And I don't know, they looked okay. They didn't shine as good as I'd like. I mean, there's okay shine on there, I guess. You know, the pattern kind of really makes up for that. Got some nice little agate looking pockets in them like that, and squigglies and stuff. So there's the back. Really porous. I had a really hard time getting these off the dop stick. And there's the front. So, I mean, I don't know. And then I was looking, I bought 3 pounds of rock, and they sent 3 pieces basically, and I don't know, I thought these were pretty soft. Actually, you saw they're pretty soft. There's a little bit of pitting right there too. And it went really fast. But I'm looking at the other rocks, and they feel heavier and harder. I don't know. I'll slice them up and take a look at them. Maybe I just picked out the wrong one, but I don't know. It is what it is. So they're the Cabochons. I'll probably put these will end up on the Etsy page, link down below in the description. So if you're interested in them, that's where you'll see them again. I hope you enjoyed watching me take a chunk of this and make a couple of these right here. Pretty soft, I thought. It looked okay. I was probably expecting a little bit more out of it, but it'll work out. And then I'll probably slice these up. Like I said, they seem like they're a little harder. Maybe they'll make a shiner cabochon. So next week, got a piece of purple jade I picked up at a rock show a couple weeks ago. We're going to make a cabochon out of that. I think that'll look pretty good. I think this is the first purple rock I've ever done. So appreciate all you viewers, and especially the subscribers watching this content. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Just slide down below, push the button, then go over and give me a thumbs up. That gets the analytics out there so more people can see the content, and then you can hype it, like it, or share it, and ring the bell. All that stuff there kind of helps me out a little bit. This video comes out every Saturday. Then I have another series that comes out every Wednesday where I actually cut rocks in half and we look at them, and then I make a cabochon out of those, but I don't show that process like I do on this video here. So thanks for coming along and watching. I really appreciate it. Oh, and I'm gonna put a playlist there. I think it'll come up there for this series of videos here, so you don't have to dig through all the videos I got on there. It'll just show the cab videos. And then I'll put let YouTube just flip a video up here if you, I don't know what they'll put up. So hopefully something interesting. So thanks for coming along and watching. That's all I got, and I'll catch you later.